The Mississippi River kills more people every year than sharks, bears, and mountain lions combined in the entire country. And almost none of them drowned the way you think. They weren't swimming in rapids. There are no rapids. The river they fell into looked calm, flat, almost still. That stillness is the most dangerous lie in American waters. Because underneath that flat surface, the Mississippi is doing something that pulls grown men under in seconds and doesn't give them back. This river is hiding three things. By the end of this video, you'll know all three. And the one rule that decides whether someone comes out of this water alive. Start with the thing your eyes get completely wrong. When you look at the Mississippi from the bank, it barely seems to move. No white water, no waves, just a wide, brown, lazy giant. Now here's what's actually happening. Depending on the stretch, this river pushes hundreds of thousands of cubic feet of water past you every single second. At that scale, the surface doesn't churn, it glides. The bigger and deeper a river gets, the calmer it looks. The calm is the power. Step into that current, and it doesn't splash you around like a mountain stream. It simply takes you. Swimmers describe it as a hand grabbing their whole body. Olympic-level swimmers can't make progress against a strong Mississippi current. And unlike a lake, it never stops to let you rest. Every second you're in the water, you're somewhere new, farther from where anyone saw you go in. But the current itself isn't even the part that kills most people. It's what the river does when that current hits something. Hidden danger number 2 sits just below the surface, and it was built by us. All along the Mississippi, engineers have sunk thousands of rock structures called wing dams, long walls of stone running out from the banks just under the waterline, designed to funnel the current into the middle and keep the shipping channel deep. On a map, they're everywhere. From the water, on most days, you can't see them at all. And when millions of liters of moving water slam over and around a wall of rock, the river turns violent in ways the surface never shows. Boils that shove boats sideways, whirlpools that open and close, and recirculating currents, water that curls back on itself like a washing machine drum, holding whatever falls in. Kayakers call features like that keepers. The name is honest. People fish on top of wing dams without knowing they exist. Boats get flipped over them. Swimmers get pulled into the churn behind them. The Coast Guard and river pilots know every one of these structures. Weekend visitors don't. And that gap is where the river takes people. And there's a third danger. Bigger than the current. Bigger than the rocks. It's the one you can actually see coming. And people still misjudge it every year. A loaded barge tow on the Mississippi can be longer than 3 football fields and weigh more than 50,000 tons. It cannot stop. A tow at speed needs more than a mile to shut down. The pilot sees a swimmer or a kayak, and physics has already decided how this ends. There is no swerving. There is no braking. But the truly deadly part isn't in front of the barge. It's underneath and behind it. Those engines create massive suction, drawing water and anything in it toward the propellers, and churning out a wake field that can flip small boats a long way off. People on sandbars have been swept away by the surge of a passing tow. Swimmers near the channel get pulled toward something they never touched. So now stack the whole picture. A current that hides its power. Invisible rock walls that turn water into a washing machine. And 50,000-ton machines that can't stop. That is what the calm brown surface is hiding. That's why this river doesn't give second chances. Which brings us to the part that matters most. Because if you or someone you love ever ends up in this water, the next 60 seconds run on one rule, and it goes against every instinct you have. First, the ground rules that keep you out of the water. Never swim in the Mississippi. Not on a dare, not to cool off, not near a sandbar. Wear a life jacket on any boat, every time. Almost every river drowning report shares one line: no life jacket. Stay off wing dams and away from the main channel. And treat every barge like a moving cliff. It can't see you, and it can't stop. But if the river ever gets you anyway, you fall from a bank, a boat, a sandbar collapses. Here's the rule that saves lives. It's called defensive swimming. Don't fight the current. You will lose, and losing costs the only fuel you have. Flip onto your back. Point your feet downstream. Feet first, always. Your legs become your bumper against rocks and debris. Your head stays protected and above water. Keep your body high and flat, arms out for steering. Then work with the river, not against it. Angle yourself toward the bank, like a ferry crossing, letting the current do the moving while you steer sideways. Aim for the inside of a bend, where the water slows and shallows. When your feet touch bottom, don't stand up in moving water. Crawl until it's shallow enough that the river can't knock you back down. Feet first, on your back. Angle to the bank. That's the whole script. It costs nothing to remember, and it beats every instinct, because the instinct says fight, and the fight is what drowns people. So here's one thing you can do today. 10 seconds. Teach one person, feet first, on your back, angle to the bank. Anyone who lives near moving water, your kid, your fishing buddy, your neighbor with the kayak. Most river victims never had a script for the moment the water took over. Now you have one. Pass it on. The Mississippi isn't a monster. It's the artery of America. Millions live along it, work on it, love it. But it's a working giant wearing a lazy river's face. The people who respect that difference are the ones who stay on the right side of the statistics. The river hides its power. Now you've seen all three ways. And if you think a calm river is deceptive, wait until you see what America's favorite beaches are hiding. It kills more people than sharks every single year. It's invisible from the sand, and there's one simple move that beats it. That's the next breakdown. Watch it now.